This is the big idea where we welcome a big time guest to manage an epic matchup on Out of the Park Baseball 22. Play with the pros play, the ultimate baseball strategy game. I love it. And go download Out of the Park Go for free on iOS and Android right now. It's everything from the OOTP computer experience on your mobile device. It's brand new. We're super pumped about it. 3 historic MLB seasons come with the free download. And then you can purchase any individual MLB season from 1901 to 2021. We're thinking big today. My dude, my good friend, my office roommate for a long time now at MLB Network, Big Bopper, Cliff Floyd, a former All-Star, World Series champion, 97 with the Marlins, another World Series appearance in '08 with Tampa Bay, and that's why we're here today. How was my intro?
That was pretty good, Scotty. Look, I mean, you've done a lot of things, but that was pretty dope right there. So I gotta take some.
I've done
I appreciate the love. You know, when you're done with the game, man, you appreciate those intros a little bit more.
I've done those intros quite a bit for you. We've worked together for a minute. It's been a minute. So I know your life story, especially on the baseball field. And we
Yeah.
hang out a lot off the field as well and off of the set. But, I know everything from, and we've done this on the air before, you being involved in the first ever replay ruling, which was unofficial. 1999, they looked at a TV camera in the dugout to see if it was a home run or double. Every little crevice in the bio and the resume for Cliff, it's either here or I've got a million notes. As you know, I'm a big note guy.
You know that day just passed of the throwbacks, right? So that's what we're about these days is
Mhm.
throwbacks, right? Frank Pulley, man, may he rest in peace, man. I got the second base and he was like, Cliff, what'd that ball do? I said, Frank, that ball went over the wall. He goes, well, that's a homer then.
And then he
You
checked the
know,
TV monitor and he's like, all right, good, count it.
and Tony Russo, I mean, look, he old school OG. Tony Russo was like, hey, you're gonna have to figure something out. I know we don't have, social media and instant replay, but you want to go to that first base camera well and check that out. And sure enough, Frank went over there, man, and overturned that call. I couldn't believe it. Now, what if I'd end
So
up with
wait, it went
290?
from homer to double or double to homer?
No, double. I mean, homer to double.
Ah,
Right. So if I had 299, I'd have been a little ticked off. But
yeah,
I at least got an RBI out of it, so I can't trip.
yeah. They cost you one homer, but Frank was ahead of his time, I guess, checking
Yeah, he
the monitor.
was.
Okay, so we are doing an ultimate throwback in your life today. 1997 World Series champ with the Marlins. And then in 2008, that's when I remember when I'm following you and we started to say everything that Cliff touches turns to gold because the Marlins were not great in 96 and then they won the World Series. And the Rays were a last place team in 2007. They were called the Devil Rays. And then they switched to Rays. They add Cliff Floyd, and all of a sudden they're in the World Series in 2008. So before we get started with lineups and picking pitchers and all that, what is the secret to turning teams into gold?
You know what, man? The attitude has to be about, what the ultimate goal is. And that's what we preach. I mean, it was, how competitive can we be and how consistently competitive we can be. And you get enough guys on the same page, Scotty B, you know how we talk, man, it starts to just trickle down and that trickle down effect, was in both those clubhouses. And I had many other clubhouses that it was in too, you just come up short. But when you have that effect and everybody's chopping at the bit to get that ring on their finger, you start seeing different attitudes show face. And it did, man.
You're going to be like, get out of here, stop it with this. But you've made me a better broadcaster. So I've even see it come over to the broadcasting team side. We've called games together. We've done a ton of studio shows together, all that stuff, some radio in the past. But better broadcaster, you're a real talk guy. So it feels like we're just having a combo, which is always more organic and natural. And then you just want to be ultra prepped to make Cliff laugh, to bring him something that he didn't know. So anyway,
But
Thanks.
it's always good too. So on the flip side of that, right, you make me a dope analyst too, because the preparation of this side of it is totally different than the preparation of going to play ball. So I didn't go to school for this. And I always sort of look at these situations um like growing up with a really good coach that gets you to the next level. So if you go in, that coach helps you out. Obviously, you got a better shot at the title and get an opportunity to go play and enjoy your life and do something that you love to do. On the flip, on the analyst side, if you have somebody that you look up, I don't care when you say look up to, you don't have to be older to look up to somebody. I always remember that. And when I see your preparation and all the hard work you put in, I'm like, damn, I better get going. You know what I mean? I better get myself right. And I think that's the difference. And you have 18 jobs, so you have to work a lot.
I'm bringing it every day. That's what we do. Thank you. Yes. And this is job 19 and one of my favorites too. So, all right, I'm going to be your bench coach today. We're going to set lineups first for both sides, but you are going to be managing which side, the 97 Marlins, or do you want to be in charge of the '08 Rays?
So I'm doing 97 Marlins because obviously, we got the chip.
Chance.
So we
Yep.
was champs, and I remember that team like it was yesterday. Oh, I think I do.
Perfect.
You
So, what
start,
we'll do,
you know,
well, I'm going to make it so that you make it feel like it's yesterday with what I'm bringing to the table, with the stats, the notes, the throwbacks. We're going to watch it. It's going to feel like you're managing these two teams back in the day. So, all right, let's start with the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm going to make them the home team for this one. We're going to give the Trop some love. And the
okay.
Rays, of course, don't have a World Series title. They've been to the World Series a couple times, but we'll make them the home team. We'll kind of make it tough on you, make you the road squad managing the Marlins. But let's start with the Rays because I want your expertise here. And we do want to put both sides in an optimal position to succeed. So let's start with the pitching and then we'll go to the lineup. So, first off, pitching for the Tampa Bay Rays. You can see the options that you have here, especially starting wise. Matt Garza, James Shields. Is Shields the guy back then in 2008? I mean, he's ranked high.
Yeah, I gotta go with Big Game James. He earned that nickname because he went deep into ball games, Scotty, and he's a guy that deserves the opportunity. So I gotta go with James Shields.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and James Shields, yeah, he was a clutch pitcher back then. He was really good. You can see back into the bullpen, you'll have guys like Dan Wheeler and Zach Balfour, and Garza was on that team. Kazmir was pretty good, but yeah, Shields was the guy. I mean,
Yeah,
124 ERA plus, so 24% better than league average. He was a workhorse, and in the 4 postseason starts he made, his ERA was south of 3. It was a 2.88. He didn't walk guys, so should be a good one to start things off. And then let's set the lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays. I'll give you just for an example, and we're going to do a DH game. That helps too. That's why we're putting it in the Trop. I want to see DHs. So just an idea of ALCS Game 6, their lineup against righties, which is different from what we're looking at right now, which is fine, was Iwamura, then BJ, then Carlos, then Longo, Carl Crawford. You were DHing.
yeah.
Navarro was 7th, Gabe Gross 8th, Jason Bartlett 9. Now, the computer initial default system here put us with this starting 9. So are you comfortable with this? Is there any kind of changes you'd like to make to this starting 9? And also, actually, well, I know there's one change we need to make right off the bat. We got to have Cliff Floyd in both games here.
Yeah, Gabe, I love him. Great dude. He got to come out of there. I got to slide in
Yeah.
that
So are
fifth.
we putting you in right or are you DHing?
I'm going to DH.
Okay. So
All right,
Gabe
so you're going to
Gross, first off, let's
put.
put you in. They've got Zobrist at DH. Zobrist was on the bench in the lineup I just mentioned, but I would think maybe we want him in there.
Well, let's see. I mean, if we taking it 100 with this lineup,
Yeah.
I mean, Dobers has to, I guess he has to stay in there, but
So we could put
I'd
him in right field. There were a lot of different right fielders that year.
in right field and put me at DH.
Okay. So
Really,
Zobrist
it
right
was
field. You're at DH.
so we had Um, I only DH the whole year. I didn't play the field at all. So Hensky, Gross, and Zobe was out there. So I mean, we got to keep him out there, and he worked himself into that role, so he's good.
Yeah, and he had a great year that year too. When he was on the field, 844 OPS. Okay, so how do we look lineup wise, 1 through 9? I mean, BJ speedy as can be at the top. Is that cool?
Yeah, I like the speed. I like the fact that you get a chance to cause some havoc on the base pass early. Um, you got the middle order is deep. You know what I mean? You got some pop in the middle. I like it. It has some length to it. So that's a lineup that can give you a shot at the title.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, we got switch, then a righty, back to a lefty and Pena. Then you at 5. You're okay with 2? I mean, obviously you don't have to go lefty righty lefty righty. You're trying to stack the best at the top. So you'll go 5 after Los.
Yeah, I go 5 there. And well, you know what I need to do? Let's switch this up while we have it. Carl Crawford has to be at the top. So bring Melvin out of there. Put CC at the
Okay.
top. And bring BJ down. Well, Melvin down. Hit
Okay.
Melvin 6.
6. Okay. You don't
Yeah,
want
so
him to
there we go.
break up you and Los, so you go lefty righty.
No, we got too much swing and miss in Melvin. I like him in there. He gonna hit the
Okay.
ball. He was tremendous postseason, but I'm gonna keep him 6.
Okay, perfect. So he's 6, Navarro 7, Bartlett 8, and then you got, a nice 9 hitter in Iwamura to turn things around again. Does that work?
Perfect, perfect.
Okay, great. So we're set on Tampa Bay. And now this is a team that you're going to manage, the Marlins. And I can give you actually their Game 5 World Series lineup when they did have a DH. Well, let's start with the pitching first. This should be obvious, right?
Yeah, like immediately put him in there.
He was
I mean,
ridiculous.
look. I'll tell you what though. You know, it ain't just a runaway with KB. I mean, Levon. I'm gonna start with
Now,
KB.
keep in mind, this is all hands on deck. So you can
Yeah,
bring
this is
these
it.
guys in later on, and you will. But Kevin Braun, that year led the Marlins in ERA, innings, and strikeouts. But he did struggle in the 97 World Series, 10 earned runs, 11 innings. So, I mean, there's a case to be made. But Levon was the MVP, of course.
There you go. So I think I'm gonna have to switch KB up, even though he was dominant and he got us to the promised land. Let's throw Levon in there. Just
Okay.
just where my heart say Levon needs that start.
He was the NLCS and World Series MVP.
Yes.
So you've got Kevin Brown out of your bullpen. That's pretty nasty, too. That'll work. All right, so Livan Hernandez gets the start, the 22-year-old out of Cuba. And then lineup wise, I'll just read you what a DH lineup looked like for the Marlins in the World Series Game 5. Devon White, Edgar Renteria, Sheffield, Bonilla, Darren Dalton, Moises Alou, and Dalton was the DH. Conine, Charles Johnson, Craig Counsell. And now here's what the default setup is. What are you thinking?
I mean, Dutch Oven needs to be in this lineup. So I'm in the Rays one. I'm gonna take myself out. Well, wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait. I'm not saying Charles Johnson.
Well, he's
So
on the
Charles
bench. Let's bring him in. Yeah, he's way too good. I don't know. Well, this is just the default, so let's get him in there.
take Zani out.
Okay, Charles is in.
Okay. Niners at first. Okay, CJ's in. I like Devo hitting second with Sheffy hitting third and Bobby Bowles sixth.
Okay. So is Renteria leading off?
Yeah, he can stay there. You can put Renty second and Devo first.
Okay, that's
All
good.
right.
So
And
Debo
then
1, Renteria 2, Chef 3.
Yeah, Moisey's perfect. Niners, fifth. Even though switch, let's put Bobby Bo 5, Niners 6.
Okay.
And then Counts, and then myself. Even though Dutch, I got to play with myself. I'm sorry, Dutch. May rest in peace, but
You can bring him off the bench later.
bring him off. So let's ride with this.
Okay, so you're in the 9, or do you want to
I'm
put
in
someone like Council 9?
also 9 and me 8.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, feel good about that? All right, perfect. All right, so lineups are set. We are going to go back here so we can set the computer to the Rays, which makes sense. The Rays are very analytical, so the computer will run the Tampa Bay Rays from 2008. A human being, Cliff Floyd, is running the Florida Marlins from 1997. I'll be your bench coach and guide you through this thing. Cliff Floyd, are you ready for the big idea, the what if two best teams that Cliff Floyd ever played for, one game, take it all, to go down right now?
Let's rock, dog. Let's go. Let's get it on and crack.
Let's play ball. I'm pumped for this. Ooh, Trop's looking nice. I think they put new
Right.
lights up in the Trop. Looks really fresh.
Looks like, you know what? I can hit with those lights right now.
Exactly. Better lighting out there. I love it. Good job, OOTP team. All right. So James Shields is on the mound against Devon White. You're up first. You're the visiting squad. So your options: swing, take pitch, bunt. You'll let me know each AB what you want to do, and let's do it.
Swinging away first to best, Scotty. Let's do it.
Alrighty, and we'll see the result of each AB. Shields 3.5 ERA during the season. Gets set for Devon White. Swings, sends it to shallow center, and that's caught by Jason Bartlett's short glove in shallow center field for out number 1. And we're on to Edgar
Sure.
Renteria.
Yeah, Bartlett had those sure hands at short, man. You know, one flashy, just got the job done. So that was a good play by him.
And
We
now
swing
Edgar
away.
Renteria swinging away. Let's do it. Going to shallow right. That's going to fall. Base hit
This.
for Edgar Renteria, who's had some clutch hits in the postseason in his life.
I mean, he's the reason I have a ring on my finger. Period.
You think he's the number one reason? Him or
Well,
Levon?
I say Levon a little bit, obviously more, but I mean, it boils down to what have you done for me lately? And it was Edgar that got that big knock off Charles, now take us to the promised land. So I'm gonna have to give I'm gonna have to give it to Edgar, man. That's my dog. So
Yeah, he led the 97 Marlins in hits, stolen bases, and runs. And actually, that year before, he was 96 second place NL Rookie of the Year to Todd Hollandsworth, who ended up with the Marlins later on. But World Series for Renteria, 9 for 31, 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, including the game-winning hit in Game 7 in the bottom of the 11th. So, yeah, I'll say you're good. We'll give it to him. Edgar's on
okay.
first, and here's Chef.
So Edgar stands still. We got Sheffy obviously swinging away. I mean, we don't want Edgar moving at first. He might get hit.
No, Chef's a monster. Going to right. That one hanging up. And Zobrist is there. Camps under it for out number 2. And number 4 hitter, Moises Alou, is going to dig in, who the Marlins signed. See, this was part of the story for the Marlins. It was like a one and done. Moises signs with the team before 97, all-star
Yep.
season with the Marlins, led the team in homers and RBIs. He actually had a case for World Series MVP, didn't have the game-winning knock, but 321, 3 homers, 9 RBIs in 7 games, and then boom, see you later to half the team after that year.
It was so sad to see. I remember we were everybody was in the training room, and it was like we was at the dang airport. It was like flights were getting made like every minute. It's like TJ to LA. You going, Steffi, you going here, you going there. And we was just like, what the heck is going on, man? We just won the World Series. It was a sad day to see, to see that. And they called it a fire sale. And it was, I mean, they was spot on, Scotty, as far as just breaking up a squad that was so good. And, I never use the word dynasty, but you build on that, man. I felt like, because when you look at the guys that after 97 that had long careers, I mean, those guys didn't retire 2 years later. They continued to play. I mean, you could have did something really special.
Yeah, you had players in their prime, and nowadays I think the term might be ghosting. I mean, that team was a ghost. They won it, and then half the squad said "see you later" and just didn't text back. And they moved on with life.
It was like they were out, and I'm like watching these cats in different uniforms. The year we were like, man, I just had you last week, and like in the clubhouse we was chilling. But yeah, man, it was tough pill to swallow, but we got through it, bro. We got through
Yeah,
it.
and you got the ring, and now we're here reliving it. So here's Moises Alou. You got Renteria on first, swinging away.
Been away, and Renty's staying there for right now.
Okay, so we're swinging away. Left side and caught on a line.
Oh,
Longo makes the play, the rookie, and we're through a half inning. Rays half of the first. Here's Livan Hernandez matching up against Carl Crawford. Pitching to him.
we're gonna pitch to him. Let's ride.
All right, let's do it. Let's get started. Cliff's on D. Crawford going to left, and that's going to fall and kick up against the wall, and we know he can fly. Carl Crawford in there with a leadoff double. You get some
Who was?
credit, too, because you worked that lineup and you said, hey, CeCe's got to be at the top.
Yeah, I mean he's too big of a table setter to be down where he was. I only knew him as a leadoff guy, so to see him anywhere else was uncivilized. So I had to get him up there. But this is a guy who I'm at too. So you got to think about with Ben up there. Infield's going to stay back, and we're just going to pitch to him as well.
Okay. Do you hold the runner? Like, should you keep one of the middle
Well,
infielders close to Carl, or it doesn't matter?
it don't matter. And him at second base, I'm not worried about him getting a third with a lefty up at the plate. Even though he's fast, I don't think he want to risk it with no outs.
Okay, so let's pitch to the batter. Here we go. Ben Zobrist in the 2 spot, and on the ground, left side, looks back the runner and makes the play. Out number 1. That's Bobby Bowe. Nicely done for one down in the bottom of the first, and Evan Longoria digs in. And you remember Longo well, right? Enters the league all starry-eyed. And
Yeah, I mean,
hey, welcome to the World Series. And he's been what? Maybe the best player in franchise history there?
I have to say he's up there at the top for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Some huge. Um, quick story, real quick. With Longo, he took me and Eric Hinsky to lunch, and I guess they gave him an ultimatum to come with the team or go to AAA. And I was like, look, you can't come with the team. You got to go to AAA. It's just, I mean, take your time. You're going to be up in the league soon. And he looked at Eric, and Eric was like, I agree with Cliff. You should just go to AAA, get yourself acclimated, feel good, and then come up when, um, after all that stuff happens with the money and starting your clock and all that stuff. And he looked at us and was like, nope, I just want y'all to come in there and I want y'all opinions, but I'm going with y'all. I'm like, you can't take that deal. That's the worst deal you can possibly take. And he was like, no, it's enough money for me. If I don't make it after that, then I'll have a nice chunk of change in my pocket and I'll poof and I'll be all right. And I'm like, all right. I mean, he's turned that into almost $200 million, but we still. I told him every time I see him, not a lot of people bet on yourself, and he did, and it worked out. So much love to my boy Longo.
6 years, $17.5 million extension. He was called up by the Rays 11 games into the '08 season, wins Rookie of the Year. You guys go on to that great run. So he's probably looking back going, I made enough money. I had a nice little security blanket. I appreciate the veteran advice, but I'm Longo and I'm doing what I want. And then eventually, 6 years, 100 mil, they rewarded him in 2012.
But 6 years, 17 million. You get what I'm saying? Why he has to stay in triple? Like you
Yeah.
can't take that. I mean, I know he. Look, I mean, he didn't know he was gonna be a superstar probably yet, but I knew he was gonna be a superstar. So I was like, look, there's gonna come a time where you're gonna thank me for this. And he was like, yeah, I'm thanking you for coming to lunch. I'm taking that deal, and that was it.
That was it. Well, you weren't his agent, but he helped your squad out. So it was a nice run for you guys to have him pretty much at the beginning of the season. So that worked.
It was great. It was great, man. He was. You couldn't ask for a better kid to come into the league and do what he did for us. And was just humble and quiet and fun to be around. And we use the term seasoned vet. It's just that seasoned vet feel from watching him every day, preparation wise, getting himself ready, watching how we prepared as veterans get ready for the game. It was dope to be around a youngster like that, especially when you've heard people say, veteran leadership in the clubhouse is not really needed. Um, Talk to guys like him and David Wright, and they'll tell you, look, there's no patting me on the back. I just bottled up the success I had back in the day with with the Expos and Larry Walker and Marquise Grissom and Moise Alou, and was able to share with them like, yo, this is what big league life is about. So, um, they turn into what they turn it into, but the fact that they was willing to listen and learn was pretty awesome.
By the way, that got me thinking that actually might have been your best, most talented team, that Expos team that you started off with. That's we'll do that another day.
That was different, bro. Different.
That was something. All right, so let's do Crawford at second. Longo's up, and we're gonna pitch to the batter here.
I'm pitching to him. Who I got? Look, I'm pitching to him. But I'm pitching around him because I just feel like I got a little bit more swing and miss in Los, who's after him.
Okay, so we'll pitch around Evan Longoria. 272 that year, 27 homers, 85 RBIs. He swung for one out of the zone and turns it into a weak ground ball to short. So that worked out. You didn't throw him anything good.
We'll take that.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Crawford goes to third, so Hick could score a run, but now it's Pena with 2 outs. What's the plan?
Well, we definitely pitching to him because Cliff Floyd is next, and I think he might be ticked off if you Pena to get to him. So we're gonna pitch to Pena.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with Cliff. All right, sends it to center. Long run, but catch is made out there by White, and the side is retired. Nicely managed there in the first. Inning number 2, James Shields going up against Bobby Bonilla in the 5 spot. I'm assuming we are swinging away. Bobby Bo, I like the cap too, that Marlins teal. He bounces out. And by the way, kids, if you're watching, it was the Florida Marlins back then. I know they're called Miami now, but we represented the whole state back then when they were first in the bigs, and then eventually Tampa Bay came and they switched to Miami. Just a little fun fact. It's crazy. Obviously, you just know that, but there are actually, I mean, how long ago did they switch to Miami? There's kids probably watching right now going, wait, they were the Florida Marlins?
Right, and even every time I wear my hat, Scotty, the teal and black or the all teal, man, you should see the looks, man. People love it. Old school, obviously, but the new school is like, can I ask you who the hat is? I'm like, but
Yeah,
they
we feel
start
old.
old school's unis back, so which is always good. So I'll take that any day.
They switched in 2012 to the Miami Marlins. All right, Jeff Conine's up, swinging away.
We're swinging away.
Let's do it, Mr. Marlin. On a couple hops to short, Bartlett makes the play. Charles Johnson, very underrated player. Yeah.
I mean, you think about some of the things he's accomplished the Gold Gloves. I think he went a year without making. Is it an error or a pass ball? One of the other. But I remember
I'll
something
look into that
about.
for you.
Yeah, it was to watch him go about his business. Joe Breeden was our bullpen coach, and he's a former catcher, and he worked with CJ consistently every single. And as high as it was, we didn't have the roof back then. CJ rolled this wave all the way through, man. He worked every single day on blocking balls, and it's just been confirmed. No errors, Scotty, in 1997. 100 games, 1,076.2 innings, 2/3 innings. My man didn't make an error. Like,
That's
think about
amazing.
that. Kevin Brown throwing 98-mile-an-hour sinkers in the dirt. Alex Fernandez throwing cutters all over the place. Al Leiter pulling his hat over his eyes and throwing cutters 90% of the time. I mean, Rob Nin was throwing sink pieces and cutters, and this dude didn't make an error the whole year. I applaud him for all the work because I actually watched him every single day go down the bullpen and works. So it paid off.
He was a stud. 97, his first All-Star team, won the Gold Glove. Also, he was the first player ever drafted in Marlins franchise history in 1992. Came out of the University of Miami. They loved him down in South Florida. And then even in the World Series, a homer, 3 RBIs, hit 357. Total stud. So who's swinging with him?
Who's swinging away? He might catch him
Here we
slipping.
go. Swing and a miss.
Oh.
Side retired in order. So far, so good from big game James Shields. I mean, these are two big game pitchers. Livan Hernandez now matching up against one version of Cliff Floyd.
Yeah. And, James Shields, man, he had the best fastball combination. Him and Jared Weaver. Not Jared. His brother was Jeff. So it was Jeff.
Jeff?
And when they both had fastball changeup combinations. But when you think about what James Shields' fastball changeup combination was, it was up there with the best I've seen, Scotty. I'm talking about, he could throw 89 at times, 93, depending on how his arm was feeling. But when that changeup came out and it was on point and coming off the fingertips with confidence, it was lights out. He was big game for a reason.
He was ALCS MVP in 2008. And he started game 3 of the '08 World Series. Rays lost that one. Rays were on a nice run and then lost in that 2008 World Series to a really talented Philadelphia Phillies team back then. All right,
Yeah,
so Hernandez against the veteran Cliff Floyd in 2008. And we're going to pitch to the batter?
definitely pitcher.
Okay, let's break it down. 11 homers that year. Sends one high to the left, and it's caught. Moises Alou backpedals a bit, makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Nah, I ain't catch that
one. Oh, by the way, I had Matt Garza was ALCS MVP in 2008, just to correct myself. Not Shields, but Shields was great in the postseason for the Tampa Bay
one.
Rays and really good in the regular season as well. And he's off to a nice start. But here's Hernandez against Melvin, or back then, BJ Upton.
So we pitching to BJ.
Pitching to BJ. And weekly spit over to the right side. There's Jeff Conine to clean it up. 2 outs in the home half of the second. And here's Navarro. Your switch hitting catcher for the Rays. Pitching to him.
Yeah.
Deoner Navarro. And that is up the middle. He's got himself a knock. That gets through. And that's a up the middle knock back then. Nowadays, half the time, there's a guy there.
Yeah, you talk about the whole shift thing, and I'm for it. I just think you got to keep or figure out a way to get both feet on the dirt. And you can shift all you want, but having guys in short right field and so on and so forth, Scotty, is just a little too much for me. But carry on.
I'm with you. Hernandez against Jason Bartlett in the 8 spot, pitching to the batter.
Pitching to him.
Let's do it. Back pick, check to first, and not in
We get
time. Good try, though. Hey, if anybody could do
see
it, it's Charles Johnson. And we see his graded arm is 75 out of 80, so that'll play.
that was good. We pitching to him.
All right. Pitching to him again. Here's Bartlett. Taking a pitch outside. Watches the curveball, and it hits the corner. Strike 3. So
Well, that's what
Livan
Levo.
Hernandez so far so good. Nice job to put him in there instead of Kevin Braun, because I would have been tempted just based on, I guess, the attributes for Kevin Braun being higher that year, but the big game stuff from Hernandez, he had that clutch gene.
But he was clutch in so many ways, and we talk about ice in the veins. He had it, period. It was just he wanted the ball and get out of his way and let him go out there and do his thing.
All right, here's Cliff Floyd version 1 from 97 in the 8 spot, swinging away.
Swinging, baby.
I need a Cliff Floyd homer from one side in this game. Oh, Cliff, watch out. Hit by a pitch.
I don't
And
like
also,
getting
you
hit.
gave him a little look.
Yeah. I don't like getting hit. That was the worst thing about this, man. I don't like that. And what, Scotty, I mean, look, when you think about like 97 and the difference and like how LeVon took over Miami after we won that thing, there are certain people who want that ball in certain situations, and there's certain people that act like they want it. And when I tell you this dude wanted that baseball, you could just feel like we was going to win that game in Game 7. The back and forth going, with Leland and Hargrove, man, I'm telling you, there's nothing. I mean, I've experienced so much in the game, but there's nothing like that. Those 7 games in '97, where their emotions was literally the biggest roller coaster you ever been on in your life.
Yeah, those were some of my early years of falling in love with the game. The drama was ridiculous, better than any reality show you could think of. And I mean, both Hernandez brothers back then in the late 90s, early 2000s, I mean, his half brother, El Duque, I mean, they were some of the talk of Major League Baseball, and a great story too, of course, the way that they came over from Cuba and escaped and show up to the league and just nothing phased them. And that makes sense.
No,
I mean, they dealt with a lot to get over here. So they're looking going. And I remember the late, great Jose Fernandez saying the same thing. He's like, you think I'm scared of a big league hitter or a big moment? Do you know my life story?
no, it's crazy. And I played with El Duque as well, and similar mindset to your point. It's just nothing phased them. And, you think about Levo, and, it was down in Miami, and you can talk about, we was playing in a football stadium. So to fill that stadium, I mean, it took a lot of people, 70 plus thousand. But El Duque was pitching in New York and in the Bronx. And to get him on the other side over there in Queens, I mean, just to watch his mindset and how he went about his business, he was just a different cat too. And nothing, when I say nothing phased him, nothing bothered him. I mean, if when he was hurt and he hurt his calf muscle in one of the postseasons in '06, I think he hurt his calf muscle running the stairs. It wasn't anything that was gonna like derail him forever. His mind was like, yo, I was working to go out there and do my job. It just didn't work out. But just their mindsets was totally different than a lot of cats I've been around.
Amazing. Yeah, 2006. Hurt in the postseason. Didn't start for the Mets. That was a great team, too. There's a lot of good Cliff Floyd Storytime teams. Maybe we could do Mets Expos next time. But here we go. Marlins 97, Rays 08. James Shields in the 3rd inning, starting with Craig Counsell. And we swinging away.
I'm on first, right?
No.
I got hit. Yeah, I got hit. So I
Oh,
should be
yeah.
on
I'm
first.
sorry. Yes, you're on
Yeah.
first. Yes.
So
I got
we,
lost in
we're
the stories. Yes, you're on first.
we're gonna butt counsel with. I like the top of this order, so we button counsel.
Okay, let's do it. Let's bunt you over a little small ball action. He bunts that
Small
one
ball.
foul on a 2-1.
And now we
And
swing.
so now that it's a 2-2 count. Now you got to swing, right?
Yeah, that's my fault as a manager. The 2-1 count. So we're gonna swing away now.
Okay, let's swing away. Right side, and oh, they got the force at second. So Counsell replaces you at first, and one on top of the order.
So we're swinging away now.
Swinging away, Devon White, switch hitter. Right side, this could be two. They just get one at second. Bartlett will hold on. And 2 outs here in the third for Edgar Renteria.
All right. We're gonna steal with Devo, and we're gonna hit. We're gonna just steal with Devo.
Now, do you want to do a smart steal or a go no matter what steal? Like, do you want him to make sure he's got a good beat and check out the delivery and the timing, or is he just going no matter what?
Oh, no matter what, because James was a little bit slow to home plate.
Perfect. So he's going, and he's in there easily. Nice.
Yeah, I
Safe at
remember.
second, so he's in scoring position.
Now we're swinging away.
And that's where you thrive in this game, too, because you know he was slow to home. And now a hit could score a run for your 97 squad. Renteria 1 for 1 so far today. Sends that one to center field and caught on the run. Upton makes the catch. And we move on to the home half of the third here at the Trop. Cliff Floyd managing the 97 Marlins. So your starter, Livan Hernandez, back on the mound against Takanori Iwamura, number 9 hitter for Tampa Bay, pitching to the batter. Let's do it. High drive and caught in center by White.
He was so easy. I'm telling you, Scotty, I played great center fielders, man. Marquise Grissom, Preston Wilson was good out there. Mark Kotze, Mike Cameron, Carlos Beltran, Devon White. His routes to the baseball. Bar none, the best I've ever seen. Like
that was what made him special, right? The way that he tracked down the ball.
Well, he would take off, head down, and run to the spot he knew the ball was going to end up at. I just can't teach it. I always tell people there are certain things you can teach that you can't.
Yeah, I know. We work with Harold Reynolds a lot, and he calls it court awareness.
It is.
It's that 100%.
Just feel for the game. The IQ has to be high. Guys that got good IQs, and some guys that just have good talent.
Natural instincts. Yeah, White had both. All right, so Carl Crawford's up. Nobody on. Pitching to him?
Yes.
Let's do it. Livan Hernandez. So far, so good. Double in the first from Crawford. This time down the line, it stays fair. And infield single for Carl Crawford. Hey, that grounds crew for Tampa Bay, they lined it up for him.
Perfectly. We had the field turf there, so we're gonna throw over to first.
Thrown over to first. All right, so let's do a little check. And he's back. You know he's there, making him aware.
All right, now
when you do pitch, do you want to hold the runner?
We're going to hold the runner, but we're going to throw over again.
Throw it again. All right, I like it. Another check. He's back. And he knows you're managing, so he's like, I know Cliff's coming after him.
Oh, yeah. And then Levo was really good. Levo had a nice little slice. So I'm going to do regular throw. I'm going to pitch, but pitch out.
Pitch out. Okay. Let's pitch out. And he's staying put.
All right, now we're going to just pitch to him.
Also, do you want double play depth?
We want double play depth, and we pitch it to the hitter.
Okay, and holding the runner?
Yes.
Yeah, so he doesn't get too crazy of a lead. That's shipped to center and caught on the 1-2 pitch. He's retired. And then back to first goes Crawford. So 2 gone. You're in a little pitching duel so far in the third. Longo's up with 2 outs and 1 on. So do you still want to hold the runner here when you're throwing to him?
We holding the runner and pitching to Longo, yes.
Okay. See if Longo's got anything going. Off to second on the miss on the fastball. Johnson holds on to it. Does not make the throw. Crawford with a ridiculous jump. And he's in there with a stolen bag.
Man, I knew it was coming. My thought was pitch out first pitch too, and just didn't do it. But it didn't matter. We gotta get the hitter out. It's 2 outs anyway. So let's pitch the Longo and hope
Yep.
for the best.
I liked the little cat and mouse game there, though. It was fun. Longo to right, and that's caught. A little shallow pop fly, and the Rays strand a base runner and have nothing to show for it yet off their 3 hits. 1 hit for the visiting championship 1997 Marlins squad run by Cliff Floyd here on The Big Idea. Scott Braun, along with my good friend, and Gary Sheffield's up. All right, this is some good meat in the order. Chef, Alou, Bonilla, ready to go?
Oh, definitely ready to go. Pitching. I mean, we swinging.
And that's to short. A lot of work for Jason Bartlett today. He makes the play to Carlos Pena.
One thing about both these
And now
pitchers,
Alou.
they're late, right? So you go up hacking, you're feeling good. Even when you look at the count, I mean, they hacking because these guys in our hitters meetings, that's the first thing the hitting coach is saying is, "Hey, they're around the plate, so be ready to hit from the on deck circle till you get to that box." So let's go.
Yeah, James Shields didn't walk many guys that year. He was one of the best in walk rate. So go after him, right?
We could go after you. We had a good defense. Guys in the outfield could run. Obviously, we weren't into the shift mode yet, but we paid a lot of attention to detail as far as shading guys over and so on and so forth.
Here's Moises with 1 out, just swinging, right?
Swinging away.
Swinging away. Boom. Past the left side. 5.5 hole. Moises Alou is on. 1 out base runner for the Florida Marlins. And here comes Bobby Bonilla.
We're definitely swinging away and keeping Moises at first.
Yeah,
Not
he was
so
not.
fleet.
And they're going to check on him. Bad throw from Shields. And Alou is going to move his way to second.
There you go.
Nice break there.
Take advantage of opportunities in this game, especially in that last game for the chip. So let's go, swing away.
Yep. Swinging away. Now a chance to drive in a run. Bonilla instead on the 1-2, strikes out on the fastball. Second K of the day for James Shields. 2 gone, and Jeff Conine has a chance.
Well, we definitely swinging away with Niner. 2 outs, man, second scoring position.
And he's going to go the other way into right field. And now, Cliff, a huge decision for you to make. You're suddenly the third base coach. Do you want to signal Moises Alou around third and try to score? The ball is very shallow. Alou's an average runner back then, and Ben Zobrist has an average arm. So this is 50-50, I would say.
2 outs, in crucial situation. Gotta send them. I mean, I'm talking Tom Foley. Look, well, I'm taking that back. I'm flipping that. Not Tom Foley. He's
You're going
on
to keep him or
Tampa's side.
send him?
Sending them.
Sending him. All right. Here we go.
Donley.
Throw home is on the money. What a clutch throw from Ben Zobrist.
Didn't take Ben lightly, but I'm thinking average arm, good jump on second. You're getting a good jump with 2 outs. You got to be closer than that. That wasn't even close. Jeez, Moises.
No. And especially the way the pitching's been in this game and the defense has been tight, it made sense to be aggressive.
Especially we're in the 4th inning. Yeah, you got to take a shot at that one.
Yep. All right, so 3 hits per side, no runs yet. And we are in the last of the 4th. Our buddy Carlos Pena facing off against Livan Hernandez. Ready for it?
Pitching to him.
Pena climbs in and drives
Oh,
one to right. A lot of pop flies today. That's caught by
anything he hits
Sheffield.
is scary.
Yes. Pena signed a minor league deal with the Rays, I believe, the year before. And then we know what he did. I mean, he was awesome. I mean, he really found himself with Tampa Bay, eventually an all-star the year later, 2009. But 2007, whew, 2007, 282, 46, 121 was the slash line, the old school slash line. And his OPS plus, as he won Comeback Player of the Year that year, he signed a minor league deal in February of 07. So he was playing on a minor league contract that year. He had the second best OPS plus, which if you're watching now and you don't know what it is, it's your OPS measured against the league and the ballparks. So he was 172, 72% better than an average player, second best in baseball to A-Rod.
Pretty dang impressive.
Yeah. So this is the 08 version. So not as sweet as the 07, but still really good Carlos Pena, followed by 08 Cliff Floyd. Pitching to Cliff.
Definitely. Well, what's the situation? One out? Yeah, pitching to me for sure.
One out. Base is empty. Ball four. Nice. Nice eye. Is it weird watching yourself?
A little bit. Can't lie. Not my swag
All
walk.
right, so you're on
First base.
first. Yeah, and you've reached twice today.
Here we go. So I'm on first. We got Melvin up. We pitching to Melvin.
All right. Each version of Cliff Floyd has reached once so far today. Upton, and that's camped under by White, and he's got it for out number 2. And here's Navarro with Floyd on first.
We pitching to Navarro.
Pitching to Navarro. Swinging. Good cut.
We gotta
Rolls
go to
into
third.
right. Cliff's going for 3. Oh, and he's toast. Look at these throws by the right fielder. Sheffield had a hose.
Come on. Definitely did have a great arm.
Now, should you have stayed at second?
No, I mean, you have to. Well, look, if you out, yes, because you have to know for sure that you can get in there, and if you're making the right fielder go, left to right, then you're gonna take that shot. But if that ball's right at him, you're looking at a guy who had 14 assists and Gary Sheffield in '97. So that to me says he had a good arm. But people tried him because they felt like he was inaccurate, but. 14 assists is 14 assists. Numbers don't lie to me. So you had to make sure you're just gonna get in there, and that was just bad base running by me.
Yeah, that's a big number, 14 assists. Nice throw by Chef. So now it's Johnson, Floyd, Counsell due up for the 97 Marlins. The big idea, Cliff's 2 best teams, 2 most successful teams for sure. And by the way, those 14 assists, second best in the National League as a right fielder back then. So nice job by Shep. Keep this a scoreless game. Really nice defense on both sides so far. Swinging away with Charles Johnson.
Swinging.
University of Miami product. Going up the middle, but not enough mustard on it. So plays made it short. And look at Jason Bartlett putting on a show so far this evening.
Great feet. Those great feet up the middle. That was him though all day. I mean, he was Mr. Fundamental. He had everything and good. I always told him, I'm like, man, how's you're so shifty. But yet, I used to call him a nerd at times too, but I loved him. And he was just so quiet all the time, but he came to play every night. It was good to watch Jay.
Yeah. Baseball player, gamer.
Gamer. He's straight gamer for sure.
Yep. All right, here's Cliff Floyd on the Marlins side, who's also probably not thrilled with life right now because you were hit by a pitch. So you might have a little revenge shot in you
For
with
sure.
the bat. Let's see.
Swing.
97 Cliff Floyd with a drive to right field and caught on a line. Good exit velocity on that one, but Zobrist is there for the second out.
And get down. We pitch into
Swinging with Craig.
who? Oh, this Counsell? Yes, we got Counsell. We swinging with Craig.
Swinging with Craig. 2 outs. Top 5 at the Trop. And he's late. 5th inning over. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 5. Look at these pitchers go. Shields versus Hernandez. Now back to Levon against 8-9-1 for Tampa Bay, starting with Jason Bartlett.
We definitely pitching to JB.
Pitching to JB. Winds and deals. And that's popped up. A lot of weak pop-ups. And caught by Bonilla.
And that's the difference with these pitchers. It's just that, not overpowering. They were pitchers. They knew exactly what their game plan was, and they executed 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, it's a good duel right now. Iwamura, number 9 hitter, pitching to him.
Yep.
Let's do it. Levon, outside.
Oh.
All right. He missed on 4 pitches.
What a shocker there. All right,
yeah.
So we
third time through now.
So we're going to get the bullpen up.
Okay.
So third time through. And this is the last game. So we have the bullpen.
All hands.
And we got to throw KB down there, but you got to think about these situations. Throwing starting pitchers into reliever roles can be dicey at times. But I'm going to throw him down there. And he's source. So we're going to get him up, and we want to get, where's the lineup at? We had Devo.
So you've got.
So we
you want to see the Rays lineup?
No, I see it in front of me. Yeah. Okay, so.
Here. Yeah. Crawford's up. So you got lefty switch, righty.
So give me KB, and it gets down to give me KB and Felix Heredia.
Felix Heredia in the bullpen. All right, so both of them are starting to heat up. And let's get back to action at the Trop with 1 on, 1 out. Iwamura with some speed. Average.
Some speed. So
and Carl Crawford's up to lead the way.
We're pitching to CC.
You think it's going to be a bunt?
I'm playing double play depth. No. CC and bunt. Well.
No. Okay. Double play depth.
I think, but he went away from it by the time I saw him. So I'm saying he's swinging away.
Okay. So pitch to the batter now. Or are you going to hold the runner too?
You're holding him, yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Big pitch. Runner on the move. Throw to second is not in time. Johnson fired from his knees. Iwamura with the slide just in there for a stolen bat.
I'm going to pitch around CC to switch to get the Benzovers.
Okay. So we'll pitch around Carl Crawford on a 2-1 already too. You're behind. Up inside. Take your base. Now first and second to set up double play depth again.
Send up double play. And I have to go out there, and it's about that time to pull Levo.
You're gonna pull him now?
Is he ready to come in?
Well, let's check that. They're warming up. And what we can do is to make sure they're good to go. Do you want to do a mound visit first to give him a little more time?
Mound visit.
And see what he says. Well, of course, Levon. Your pitching coach just went up to him and he goes, I feel great. Do you still want to change him? Making the move?
I need a sinker ball in the game. Levo is a contact pitcher, so I need KB in the game.
All right, let's change the
Well,
pitcher.
that was a great outing. Yeah,
It was. He was great.
it was awesome.
Kevin Braun and his nastiness coming into the game. Now you're bringing him into a weird spot. He's a starter.
Weird spot.
Now he enters with 2 on and 1 out. And 1 out.
Yeah, but it's a critical situation for me to bring him in. I know you like to have starters who come in reliever roles, sort of get the clean inning with the first batter, where they, sort of, normal for them. But in these, do or die situations, nothing's normal. So here we go with KB, and hopefully he gets a little sinker ball, double play. Let's see how it works.
Double play depth for the infield.
Yes.
Okay. Pitching to the batter. Ben Zobrist with 2 on, 1 out, scoreless contest in the 5th. And that is ball 4 to load up the bases. Heart rate, where did it just go? Up a little bit?
Yeah.
Yep.
So here we go. My thought was wait a hitter, but here we go with the best player on the team. And we got to pitch to him. And I'm going to play infield
Do you want him in?
with I have to have him in. The play at the plate is there. 15, I got to cut this run down.
Okay.
So
Pitching to the
I'm going
batter.
infield. Yes.
Need a big Kevin Braun. AB here. That's smack to center, and that's going to fall. Longo will drive in 1. There's 2. It's 2-0. The rookie comes through and says, I'll take the contract, and I'll take the 2 ribbies, baby.
That hurts right there, man.
I know.
It's
all right. Your boys haven't even showed up yet on offense.
Yeah, but I put KB in a bad situation. First and second, tough. Coming out of the pen, obviously probably hadn't done that his whole career. But here we are. So who we got here?
Carlos Pena with 2 on.
2 on and 1 out.
Yeah. Do you want to warm someone else up too, just in case Braun falls apart?
Yeah, but I'm gonna take KB out because I don't need length from him. I can play bullpen because I got a couple other stars. I'm bringing in Felix to face Los.
Okay. Felix Heredia for Kevin Braun.
Yeah.
All right, so KB doesn't get the job done. Here's Heredia. Now, do you want anyone else behind Heredia, just in case?
Yeah, get Jay Powell up. Because you got 2 lefties. Get Jay Powell up for Melvin.
Okay. Jay Powell's warming.
There we go.
All right, back to the action. Things heating up here. And do you want to do some double play depth here with 2 on?
I'm going to play double play depth, but I'm going to play pull side because I just think Pena was he liked to yank it a little bit. So there we go.
And do you want to move the outfielders pull side?
Oh, straight up.
No, straight up? Okay. Pitching to the batter?
Yep.
Let's do it. Felix Heredia into the game. And he hit him.
Oh.
Carlos is plunked on a 1-1.
Well, I'm up. So now we got to play
taking out Levo?
I know. I really, not really. I just felt like the only regret would be that I put Kevin Braun in a tough situation. If I had to do it over again, I would put a guy like Antonio Alfonseca there or a sinker ball and Jay Powell, who are familiar with those situations coming out of the bullpen as opposed to a starter. But I went with my gut and what I've traditionally seen, and I don't like that, and I just shouldn't have did it. So anyway, what's done is done. I'm going to pitch to me, but I'm bringing infield in for the play at home with me up.
Okay. I mean, this is a win-win. Either you get the job done here or you watch yourself do something good. Ready?
Absolutely.
Cliff Floyd on the ground, and it's botched at first. Everyone's safe. Jeff Conine juggled it, dropped it.
Um,
You're on with the error to score a run, make contact. Good things happen, especially in big games.
yes, it does, man. And this is where, you have to, you make fundamental plays have to be made. And if you don't make them, this is what can happen. So, situation now is with Melvin. I got Jay Powell up for this. I know I'm wasting a lot of pitches in this inning, but I gotta play to my strengths. So Jay Powell in for Heredia.
Do you want to do a mound visit to just buy him a little more time?
Yeah, let's do a mound visit.
Perfectly fine. Let me pitch. You're going to say
Yeah,
no?
you done. Appreciate you. Thank you.
You're done.
Give me the ball.
Yep. And Jay's ready. So Jay Powell for Felix Heredia. He's in. And
Okay.
anyone else behind him? What about big game Al Leiter in case you need a
Uh,
long man?
I'm not. I already got burnt there with bringing these starters in, and
True.
with stuff on the path, base path. So I'm gonna try to get out of this inning with JP right here and keep it moving. But if anything come up, just get Alfonseca up.
Okay.
All right, and then we pitch to the hitter. Wait, time.
Antonio. Okay. Infield still in, right?
Yeah, we still have bases loaded, so infield's in, plays at home, and let's pitch to the hitter.
Pitching to Melvin Upton, or BJ back then. And he swings and drives it deep left central. Oh, he's in business. That'll score one. Here they go. Here comes another. And
Wow.
he is safe. Head first slide into third. He cleared the bases. And the Rays take a 6-zip lead over the Marlins.
That's just bad button pitching. That's just, JP finished this one. So we got guy on third, infield's in. We got Navarro up. We're going to pitch to him.
Infield in?
Yeah.
Okay. Pitching to Navarro. He sends one to left. We'll see if this is deep enough. Catch made. Throw home. Yes, nice. Okay. So Alou makes a nice throw back to the infield. No test there from Melvin, and it's still 6-zip with Bartlett up.
We pitching to Bartlett.
Pitching to Bartlett. Trying to escape here. Bartlett shallow right. Caught. Counsell ranges back, makes the catch. 6 runs on just 2 hits. So there was some wobbly defense there, some control issues, and a lot of work to do for your squad. If you could organize any game with any players in baseball history, who would you call?
Can I interest you in a 1994 What If World Series Yankees Expos matchup? Or how would Team USA from the 2017 World Baseball Classic fare against Team Cuba? But here's the catch. This time, the Cuban roster features major leaguers. What about the 2 best clubs in the history of your favorite franchise? Like, who's better, the 1985 Royals or the 2015 champs in KC? Stop wondering and start watching, because this is the big idea. Big time guests dream of epic matchups on Out of the Park Baseball 22. Then we press play and manage it all, thanks to the ultimate baseball strategy game. Available on PC or the brand new Out of the Park Go on your mobile device. Take that curiosity, that all-time debate, that what if in baseball history, and make it happen. The big idea has arrived. Are you in?
All right, Cliffy. Inning number 6, and it starts with the top of your order. And we know this team can score in bunches, so you got work to do.
I do, man. The one thing is you gotta get something going. And I think when you look at this lineup, top to bottom, man, it's a dangerous lineup. But if you got a guy on the mound, you got to disrupt his chemistry and everything he's feeling because he's in a good flow right now. And I mean, down 6-0, you got to um, claw back with one at a time. You can't go for six. So let's see what happens.
All right. Devon White starting things off, leading off the sixth and coming through. That's all you need. A little spinner in the left, one on to start the frame.
There it is. So now you're in a situation where you can't do anything. You can't, you're not up here trying to play hit and run and be hero. So we're going to let Edgar handle the bat like we know he can. Hopefully hit something to the right side over there as they hold Devo on first.
And he strikes out. A heater from James Shields, picks up 4 Ks.
Well, it's me and the other now, Scotty. So we let him hack, swing away.
Yeah. Can't do anything cute right now. Sheffield's plunked. Okay. Over to second goes White. 2 on. Would that fire up the squad a little bit, you think? The dugout start chirping a little bit?
You got to score some runs right here. You got to get on the board here. This is the top of the 6th. You got a couple more outs left. And this is where you put all the pressure on them now and say, look, let's fight, for our final outs for, of our season. So we swinging away.
There's Moises. Alou. High fly ball. Coasting in for it, and left is Crawford. And he squeezes for out number 2. Big AB for Bobby Bonilla to try and give this team a little breath of life.
We swinging away, though. Come on.
Big swing. Big miss. Strike 3. Look at this performance from big game James Shields right now.
I mean, he has that nickname. I'll tell you. I mean, the things he did for us in 08, I mean, the confidence you saw on his face. I mean, he just saw it growing every start he made, and he loved the nickname. He loved going out there and being a stud. He loved, the competition of that rotation we had. It was a young a young competitive rotation, and he's at the forefront.
He loved pitching with the lead, too. So let's just do a bullpen check. Are you okay with Alfonseca's already warm. He just sat back down. Do you want to warm anyone else up, too, just in case? Or you're okay for now? Jay Powell's in.
Powell's still in the game. So let's I have to get Antonio back up because I'm going to need him, and also give me Al Leiter as well.
Perfect. All right, so some ammo. Alfonseca's ready. Al's just getting started. And here's Awamura, 9-1-2.
Yeah, I'm going to let JP pitch to Almora.
Here we go. Powell and chopper right side, and one ground ball out in the home sixth.
There we go. So now you can bring in.
It's Crawford.
I want Alfonseca to face Crawford.
Okay. Alfonseca coming in for Powell. Here we go.
Pitch the batter.
Antonio Alfonseca deals, and Crawford to first. Conine has it this time. 2 gone quickly in the 6th, and Ben Zobrist digs in.
We got another one. Pitch the batter.
Pitching to the batter. Riding Alfonseca. 0 for 2 Zobrist so far today is now 0 for... No, not 0 for 3. That's a slow throw to first. Zobrist, always a hustler, beats it out. Infield knock. Your D is a little shaky these last couple innings.
Yeah, and that can't happen. I mean, this is the big league. You got to make those plays. You got to know running. So we're going to pitch the batter, hold the guy on at first, regular depth for everybody.
Yeah, this is the big idea. It's the big game. Runner going a second. Throw is not in time. It was accurate, but a little late. And Zobrist has a stolen bag. Hey, Joe Madden's pressing buttons for the other team, and he's aggressive.
Yeah, he's an aggressive type of mindset manager. He lets the players be themselves, and that he's one of the big reasons we got to the World Series. I mean, guys were just in positions to be successful the whole season. So this is him. So we pitching the
So
batter,
now
regular depth.
Longo. Yep.
Yep.
Here we go. Longoria had the 2-run single to start the scoring. This time, high drive, deep left field, and caught. Nice angle there to see how close it was to the wall. Longo gave that one a ride, but instead, inning over, we hop to the 7th, beginning with Jeff Conine. Still James Shields. Pitch count 81.
Yeah, we've let him off the hook a couple times, but I'm gonna warm up Alex Fernandez for the next inning just so he can get me to the 9th inning where I might have to just figure out maybe Tony Saunders or whoever, maybe a couple hitters from Dennis Cook if I have to, but get Alex up and then we'll let it ride. Figure it out.
Okay. So Al's ready and Alex is warming, and now it's Conine swinging away. Swing that bat, Jeff. He does. Shallow, medium depth and right. There's Zobrist.
What we got here?
1 out, empty
Swing.
bases. Charles Johnson.
Yeah, swing away.
He's 0 for so far today, and that trend continues. That's James Shields' 6th strikeout tonight.
Well, we're swinging away. I mean, we gotta get something going.
Maybe it's you. Maybe it's Cliff. That's a good rip.
Yeah.
Cliff Floyd is on.
Hey, goodness, geez. Wow.
Hey, I mean, you're managing and you're DHing. It's a lot of work for you.
It is a lot of work. So now we got what we at? We at council. I want to use Dutch here, so I'm going to pinch hit council and take a shot at the title, and maybe I can get a 2-run home out of Dutch Dalton.
Okay.
What we'll do
So
is
Dalton's going to come in for counsel.
Yeah, Dalton's going to pinch hit for council, and then we'll put Castillo at second.
Okay. So Dalton will just get the AB, and then when he's done, we'll move Castillo into second.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Here comes Dalton. Pinch hitting. Need a spark here. Ready?
Go. Let's go. Pitch, swing away.
By the way, look at your speed in 97. Woo!
I had a little something. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. Dalton in 97 as a pinch hitter was 2 for 13. And that's a big swing, but he got under it. And it's caught and right by Zobrist. Side retired. Still 6-0. Yeah, it was a good shot. 7th inning stretch time. So let's get Luis Castillo's glove into the game for Darren Dalton. And he'll go into the 9-hole. Castillo will play second. And we're all set.
And give me Fernandez for Alfonseca.
Alex Fernandez in for Antonio Alfonseca. Okay. Starter gets to start a clean inning here in the 7th against Carlos Pena. Yeah. Ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Carlos 0 for 2 so far today. Floater left. And what a catch over his shoulder. Edgar Renteria. Highlight worthy for the first out.
So what we have, we got Pena here. We're pitching the back.
This is you.
Oh, is that me? Oh, let's do this.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Here's Cliff. You were safe on that error by Conine last time. This time it goes to second. Castillo, ball's going to find you just into the game, and he makes the play.
Amazing.
So 2 outs now, and here's Upton.
Here goes Melvin. We're going to pitch the bat.
Okay, Alex Fernandez against B.J. Upton, and Upton's got a knock. Drops a pitch into right field. 2-out base runner is B.J. Upton for the switch-hitting catcher, Navarro.
We're going to hold BJ on and pitch the bat.
Holding BJ, and Navarro shoots a ball to left, and it's going to stay fair. Upton over to second, and a little 2-out rally cooking.
Okay, no harm, no foul. So we're going to play regular depth and pitch to Bartlett.
And the throw over to second, quick tag, he is out. How about that play?
That's just not.
Oh, and Devin White was aggressive too on the 2-0. He went after it. So nice defense on the last half, and then White, before I could even blink, bounces out.
Yeah.
All right. Here's Edgar Renteria.
We pitched it. We're swinging away.
Okay.
Jeez.
Oh. And a swing and a miss, but that hit off Navarro, and Renteria is going to beat the throw. Strikeout pass ball. You need some of that right now.
I do. So down 6 runs, Scotty can't do anything with Edgar. You know he got good speed. I want to stay out of the double play, but I'm just going to let my man swing away.
Okay. Big Chef on the ground. There's one. And they'll get the force at second. Sheffield now at first on the fielder's choice, and it's a loop.
So swing away.
Swinging away. Looking for some action here in the 8th. Ground ball again. Going to second. Side retired. That's it for the 97 Marlins in the 8th. You'll have 3 outs to spare. Still rolling with Alex Fernandez here in the bottom of the inning?
Yeah, let's keep him out there. He did well.
I mean, this game has been all about one big inning for Tampa Bay right now.
And, you know, one big decision to take out Levo with first and second. And, you know, it's going to probably haunt me in my sleep tonight, but it is what it is. But we're going to pitch to Josh.
And you're going to strike him out. So Bartlett down on a breaking ball, and now Iomura.
Iomura will pitch the batter.
And he strikes out. Nice fastball up in the zone from Fernandez on the 3-2 pitch. Crawford's up.
We're pitching to CC.
He's 2 for 3 so far. Make that 3 for 4. Carl Crawford in the leadoff spot today has been fantastic for Tampa Bay. 2 outs, 1 on. Ben Zobrist is up.
So we're going to do pitch out, hold him on, and pitch out first pitch.
Pitching out. And Crawford with a big lead, and he's like, ooh, I'm heading back. Cliff knows.
We're going to pitch the batter.
Holding runner, too?
Full runner, yes.
Here we go. Runner's going. Throw to second is not in time. Carl Crawford is so fast.
He's just a beast. You have to throw it home at some point. So, we're gonna pitch to batter.
Let's pitch to Zobrist. 6-0 game. And Alex Fernandez with a really nice job out of the bullpen. Strikes out the side. And this is it, Cliff. Yeah. We're in the top of the 9th. You need to do what the 08 Rays did a few innings back and put together at least a 6th spot.
And you got to get some base runners first before you start thinking about it. So we're gonna swing away.
Bobby Bonilla first. And a solid hack. That's going to kick up
There it is.
against the wall. Bobby going for second. Oh, and he's there. That got a little close. Zobrist has had a really nice arm today, and you're shaking your head like, dude, chill.
Man, I mean, look, big game he had 2 shutouts in '08. I mean, we know we're capable of, but I just need him to, give us a little something right here. So we swinging away.
Swinging away. Big game James at 111 pitches, and that's popped up. Center field. In comes Crawford for the catch. Make that Upton. And there's one away. Now 116 pitches for James Shield after that AB.
All right, swinging away. BJ, we swinging away.
Charles Johnson sends a ball to right center. It's deep, and it's caught. Solid contact. It's just not enough. Zobrist calling off Upton, and you're down to their last chance, and look who strolls up to climb into the batter's box.
Fit. I mean, this is unbelievable. We swinging away.
Swinging away with the Cliff Floyd, player manager today for the Marlins, with a drive, and that is caught by guess who? Ben Zobrist, who did a nice job in right, and the 2008 Rays win the Cliff Floyd Bowl. The 97 Marlins upended by a Rays team that had a lot of magic and a 6-0 W and a complete game shutout by big game James Shields.
He made the pitches, you know what I mean? And I think on the flip side, you have a big inning based on a few mistakes. And that's what postseason baseball or any postseason sport is all about, Scott. If you make mistakes and give extra outs or extra opportunities, you're going to lose. This is bottom line how it goes.
James Shield after the game said, nobody can take this away from us, not ever. After the win, he said, we worked hard. We accomplished our goal. Day 1 of spring training, I could see it in their eyes. The whole thing. The Rays getting a lot of love here as we check out the box score. I mean, there's only so much you can do as a manager, Cliff. Your team just didn't hit much, even though that was an offense that showed us good things back in 1997. I mean, they could do everything. They could play D, they could pitch, they could score. It just didn't happen in this one. It was the James Shields show. It was also Carl Crawford with his 3 knocks. Longo drove in 2. He had the first 2 RBIs. Upton with 3 ribbies. Bartlett was really, I mean, he didn't contribute on offense, but he was really solid at short, and that's it. 121 pitches for big game James. His season high that year was 111. So, it was easy for an opposing manager to just say, yeah, I'm going to go big game James. And he loved pitching with a lead too, right? I know some guys talk about how they pitch a little differently with a lead. James Shields was one of those guys.
Yeah, he was one of those guys. Never got complacent either, Scotty. He's one of those dudes that just, he pitched his game and didn't worry about anything else. And I think the biggest thing is when he got into a good rhythm and good flow, you saw the strikeouts rise, and that's just who he is and what he's about. And I think, in this type of game, you imagine with your gut, and the gut tells me that, I should take Levo out, and I've always hated that old, bring a starter in a game in an unfamiliar situation. I hate it because we always talk about putting guys in positions to be successful. I just never thought that was a position, and I did it anyway, and it backfired and cost me essentially the game.
I mean, he did allow 7 base runners in 4 1/3. So it's not like he was perfect. It's just that he was kind of working his way, even without his best stuff, through that lineup, navigating himself well. And you knew, and hey, you made the decision to start him, which actually worked out well. Yeah. I mean, you just also never got any offense.
No, I didn't. And when you're not getting offense, you start to press, right? And you're pressing, everybody's chomping to get up in there and try to do something to get something going. And when you do get something going, it's like, no, we have to score. No, you don't have to score. You just have to have good at-bats. And when against a guy like James Shields, if you don't rattle him early, it's going to be a long day for you. And we saw it today.
So what was this experience like for you, managing and also playing this for the first time? I mean, you feel the heat, right? Especially in that big inning for the Rays. You're like, how do I stop the bleeding?
You know what? The juices get flowing because these are situations where you've always thought, why would you do that, you knucklehead? And then you're in the seat and you're thinking, oh my gosh, like you're making this decision, like this is a decision that, has like been one of those things for me that I've always spoken about is, how do you bring a starter into a reliever role and expect him not to think that he can give up one run? Relievers are taught to not give up anything. Starters, you give up 1 or 2 runs, that's a great start for you. So I think, you have to be smart when you're bringing these guys in because it's unfamiliar and it's uncomfortable. And especially with guys on base, you have to be smart. But as far as making those decisions like that, you see how quickly you have to make them. And there's no turning back once they're made.
And lastly, which team was more fun to play for?
Man, 97 was like was a business. Like the guys were a little older and it was mature and chill and you learning on that squad. '08 was a cluster of everything. And we had disco balls in the clubhouse. We had, guys, playing Guitar Hero because that was a thing back in the day. 10, 15 dudes playing Guitar Hero at the same time. You won't find a better bunch of young cats that just literally mesh together over the course of a season, one season for a lot of us, and turn that into a incredible time. And there's some you just cherish about, certain teams in your career. I always cherish that team. I always think about Andrew Friedman, who was a GM at the time, calling me saying, hey, can you just take a ride up here to Tampa and just sort of see what we got going on? And how do I fit in? And I fit in perfectly. So I would just say Tampa, even though I didn't win the ring, even though Florida Marlins is, where the heart lies, we had one heartbeat, was our motto. You asked the question, what was the funnest? It was in Tampa.
And you had, years of experience under your belt at that point. So you're feeling, comfortable in your skin in the bigs and all that too. So that was a fun team to watch. This was good. This was great. So this was the big idea. Epic guests playing out epic matchups on Out of the Park Baseball 22. Play what the pros play, the ultimate baseball strategy game, now available on your mobile device too. Go get it. It's called Out of the Park Go. It's free on iOS and Android. Cliff, you're the man. Thank you.
Hey.
Of course, we had a blast.
Without. Hey, man. Hey, keep doing big things, dog. It's just, it's in your DNA, so keep doing your thing, man. Keep having fun. And, this is something that, will stick for a long time.
Yeah, this is my dream right here. Calling video games, chilling with Cliff. I love it. I'll see you in the office, all right?
Peace.
Out of the Park Baseball 22. Play what the pros play. The world's best baseball strategy game. Whether you're new school or old school, all that matters is winning. Take full control of any current Major League Baseball franchise. Discover and develop elite players, coaches, and scouts. Run your team your way and build a World Series champion. The Infinite Baseball Sandbox. All new for 2021. Stunning new 3D ballparks for every Major League team. Or build your own unique, majestic landmark with our dramatically improved ballpark construction kit. A completely remodeled coaching system that connects and impacts your entire organization. All new strategies and management options give you unprecedented control. Plus, dozens of gameplay and performance improvements that make the best even better. And of course, Perfect Team 22. The critically acclaimed online competition roars back this season with more strategies, more content, and a brand new mode, Perfect Draft. Out of the Park Baseball 22, available worldwide on March 26th, 2021.